Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back. Be positive. When you guys are positive, you attract more positive things into your life. When you are positive and have a positive frame of mind, then you automatically attract more positive circumstances, more positive events, more positive thoughts into your life. And the reason for this is when you think a positive thought, then it becomes that much easier to think another positive thought. That's why we think so negative. That's why we find it so easy to think negative, to think stressed, to be fearful, to be overwhelmed. It's because one negative thought breeds another one. And so it becomes that much easier to do it. And we get so much in the habit, we become conditioned so much in the habit of thinking negative because it's all around us. It's in the news, it's on TV, other people in our life are more negative and consuming all this negative fear through like the media, social media, all of these different things. And so fear is omnipresent, and so that's why negative thinking is also people's default states, but it doesn't have to be yours. You do not have to have a negative frame of mind. You can change that and have a positive frame of mind, because if you can be stressed and worried and fearful the vast majority of the time, then the opposite is also true. You can feel happy, grateful, at peace and calm and collected the vast majority of the time. I'm not saying you'll never have a negative feeling in your life again. That's not realistic. But that's because negative feelings can sometimes be a signal for us to change that simply tells us, hey, we're off track right now. We're not feeling happy and grateful. And there's a reason for that. It could be we need to feed our mind better information. Maybe we need to stop watching the news or stop watching social media so much. Or it could be something else. Maybe we're not taking the right actions in our life. If you want to build your own online business, maybe it's because you're procrastinating. You're not taking the actions you know you need to take. Because when we don't do things that we say we're going to do, we feel bad about ourselves. That kills confidence. Indecision and procrastination kill more confidence than anything else. And so even if you just take small actions and work your way up, just like one thing today, if you do one thing today, even if it takes just 10, 15 minutes, that's so much better than not doing anything at all. But my point with this is, guys, when you guys feed yourself better information, you can think positive thoughts more easily. So feed your mind like amazing YouTube videos like this, podcasts, audiobooks, read actual physical books, you name it. Do different things like that. You can do affirmations, incantations. You can think about what you're grateful for. You can put your hand on your heart and think about what you're grateful for. That's a great way to feel gratitude and flood yourself with gratitude. And there's so many different ways, guys, but my point is do something like that. And when you do something like that, especially like feeling grateful, then you can just automatically, it's so much easier to think more positive. And when you do that each day, by having like a morning ritual or something, then you can truly transform your life. And a morning ritual is basically you do certain exercises at the beginning of the day before you do anything else. So that way your mind is programmed and it is in a peak state. It's already in a positive frame of mind. And when you do that consistently, day in and day out, then it becomes so much easier to think positive. So after like literally 1 or 2 weeks of doing a morning ritual, even if it's like 5-10 minutes, that will change your life. That will drastically change the thoughts you have in your life, and therefore it will change the entire direction of your life. Because your thoughts determine how the rest of your life goes. If you think negative thoughts all the time, then you're going to have negative outcomes and events that happen in your life. And it's because then you see the world through different lens. You see the world through a negative lens. You see all the things that are wrong with the world instead of all the things that are right. Because what's wrong in the world is always available, but so is what's right. So you have that choice. You have that choice to decide whether you're going to see the good in life or the bad. Because like I said, there's tons of both. There's tons of good, there's tons of bad, but you and only you decide what you focus on. But it doesn't feel like we decide because we're just in the habit of thinking negative, habit of being stressed, habit of being worried. And so you don't have to work at fear. We have to stand guard at the door of our mind. We have to work and condition and take initiative to think more positive. Like I said, you don't have to work at feeling negative. You don't have to work at feeling stressed. That will happen automatically. You have to override it. You have to change the habits that you do. You have to change your thinking patterns. And you can do that, like I said, through a morning ritual, through thinking of what you're grateful for, even if it's just like 3 things immediately after you wake up, 3 things that you're grateful for, 3 things that you're happy about. Doing that, saying affirmations, you can look them up online. And also I found listening to affirmations, like I have Spotify and even on YouTube, you can look up affirmations like for success, for confidence, for happiness, whatever. And there's so many out there, guys. There's so many. And I found by listening to that, like if I'm in the car driving somewhere or right before bed, or let's say like I'm getting something ready or something, like if I'm journaling in the evening time or whatever, by creating or by listening to those affirmations on YouTube or whatever, that can be incredible, because most of the time it's when we're doing something that those negative thoughts start to creep in. It's when we're writing something down. It's when we're on the computer doing something. Then those fearful thoughts start to plant their seeds, and it starts like, oh, what happens if I fail at this? What if this doesn't work out? And all these negative questions our mind starts asking ourselves, and so as a result, it breeds negative thoughts, and it just spirals out of control because we don't notice it, and even when we do notice it, it's usually too late. And so another thing you can do is ask yourself empowering questions instead of letting your mind ask all these disempowering questions, like what happens if I fail? What happens if this doesn't work? What happens if just everything goes wrong? Instead, flip the script and ask yourself, what happens if everything goes right? What happens if things do work out? What happens if I do succeed with this business? And when you change your questions, you change your entire life. So that's another thing you can add to your morning ritual. If you guys want a morning ritual you guys can do that's already done, that's already been proven to work, you can check out my video on creating a morning ritual, and I'll link to that for you guys in the description of this video. Or you can just look up my morning ritual, how to feel happy and confident daily, and it'll pop up on YouTube. But I would recommend you guys go check that out. That's what I use every day, and I used that in the past. I have different morning rituals, but that is a great one that you can start with that really conditions yourself for happiness and joy each day. But going back to some more things I want to tell you guys, it's negative thinking. Like I said, you never have to work at negative thinking. That'll always happen. It's because our mind is conditioned, and there's a primal mechanism in our brain that is geared to help us survive. And it helps us survive, and it has helped us survive all these years, is by focusing on the dangers, on the threats, basically on the things that are wrong in life or what could harm us. And so as a result, that's why we feel fearful. That's why it's so easy to feel stressed. It's not only because of our conditioning, but it's also because of our evolution. It's hardwired into us. And so, like I said, you never have to work at stress. You'll never have to work at feeling fearful. So that's why we have to take charge of our minds, and we have to decide. When you decide and you make something a must, then that's when it will happen in your life. That's when great transformation will take place, because we never get our shoulds. Oh, I should work out. I should think more positive. I should feel happier. You never get your shoulds. You only get your musts. When you say this is a must, like I must think more positive, I must make my happiness a priority right now, today. When you decide that, then things will start to align in your life. You will begin to take the right actions. And even if you don't take the right actions at first, even if you fail or come up short or still think negatively, that's totally fine, because you will be guided to make the right decisions, to take the right actions, to do the right exercises, to create the right morning ritual that will allow you to feel happy and more positive. But the point is, just take action now. Do something. Ask yourself a new question. Say affirmations. Listen to affirmations. Do something like that. Ask yourself something you're grateful for right now. Right now. You don't have to wait till the end of this video. Ask yourself right now something that you could be grateful for right now. And that will change your state. And the more you guys do this, the easier it gets, the more fun it becomes. And on top of that, you begin to think more positively the more you do this. If you do this, imagine what happens if you do this for 7 days. Imagine how that will change your life. See yourself being more positive, see yourself feeling more amazing and just more upbeat and more alive, more joyous, more enthusiastic. When you see that in your mind, that's another great way to think positively. Visualization, because our mental imagery is what determines the feelings that we experience. It's never the external circumstances, guys. If you think the external circumstances are controlling and decide your happiness, then you will never win. You will never feel happy consistently. The external things do not matter. The external things do not decide or control your happiness unless you let them, unless you believe they do. Because the fancy car, the amazing, beautiful girlfriend, the money, the fame, the riches, the online business, that will not make you happy. External things never make your happiness dependent on external things, because then you will never feel happy consistently. Happiness comes from within. Happiness comes from the heart. Happiness comes from you. It starts with you. The only key denominator in everything in your life is you. It is you. Nothing else, no variable is the same except for you, because this is your life and you get to decide how to live it. So if you want to feel happier, if you want to feel more positive and think more positive thoughts, then try the things I've listed down in this video. Think about what you're grateful for, affirmations, listen to affirmations, say incantations, ask yourself new questions, visualize, because like I said, your mental imagery, when you change your mental imagery, then the feelings that you feel will change automatically. If you think of a beautiful ocean, like the ocean waves crashing down, it's a beautiful sunset over the Pacific. When you see that in your mind, then you're automatically going to think and feel happier compared if you thought of somebody getting shot or something. That would obviously create a very different mental image and a very different reaction and feeling inside yourself, right? So visualization is another great way to make yourself more happy. But guys, also, honestly, don't expect this to change overnight. You're not going to think positively you're not going to think positively the vast majority of the day starting tomorrow. It takes time to condition this, and I know we don't like to hear that, but that doesn't mean it has to be hard. It can be something simple. Like I said, if you do this for 5 minutes today, 5 minutes, as soon as you wake up, use the bathroom, and then immediately start doing this. Ask yourself 3 things that you're grateful for as soon as you roll out of bed, and then listen to empowering affirmations, play them while you're in the shower, or you could say them while you're in the shower. You can visualize your dream life, decide what you want, focus on your vision in life and your purpose and your goals. And by doing those things, guys, even if it takes just 5 minutes, like I said, it's better to start smaller and make it so easy for you to follow through, rather than say, I'm going to do this for an hour every single day, and it just be so overwhelming to you that you never start and that you never finish. So make it smaller. Do it for 5 minutes. Do it for 1 minute even. Do it for 1 minute. Everybody has time for 1 minute, so do it for 1 minute. And then tomorrow, do it for 1.5 minutes. Then the day after that, do it for 2 minutes, and 2.5, and keep building up as you go along. And when you do that, it's going to be fun, it's going to be exciting, you're going to enjoy doing it most of all, and that will lead to more positive thoughts with you enjoying doing it on top of doing the actual exercises themselves. And as a result, you will think positively more often. So I hope this video finds you well, guys, but believe that you can think more positive thoughts, because you will. And when you focus on the good, and this is one other thing that really helped me recently, is just tell yourself, I don't need to think positive 100% of the time. I don't need to think positive all day, every day. I don't need to think positive even the vast majority of the day. I'm just going to focus on being 1% more positive right now in this moment. Just 1%, heck, even 0.1%, not even a percent, 1/10% more positive right now in this moment. Because when you say that to yourself, it seems achievable. It's a small change, it's a small improvement. And small improvements are believable and therefore achievable. So tell yourself, I'm I'm going to be more positive just 1% more, just 1% more right now in this moment. And the other thing is when you say right now in this moment, then it brings you in the present moment. And that makes you realize that, hey, I can do something about this right now. I don't have to think positively 100% of the time every single day, because that sounds so overwhelming to yourself when you say, oh, I have to think positive the vast majority of the day, every single day. That just sounds like too much work to do. And us humans, we don't like work. Why not make it easier on yourself? So when you say right now in this moment, I'm going to be just 1% more happy, just 1% more positive, then like I said, it's believable and therefore it's achievable. It sounds so easy to do that it's like, of course we can handle it. We got this, dude. We can do 1% better. Heck yeah. And so your brain will find ways to think more positive, to be more happy. And as long as you do these exercises, guys, like I mentioned so many times in this video, then you will think more positive. But again, guys, just start. It doesn't matter what you do or how many exercises you do for how long. You can always increase the duration that you do them for. Just start, guys. Just start. I don't care if it's for literally 1 minute each day. Just do something. Doing something is always better than doing nothing. And I guarantee you, when you guys try this, even just trying one thing, you will see transformational results in your life quicker than you think. But just stick with it, guys. Stick with it. Because what's the alternative? Thinking negatively, being stressed, being fearful. That's not a life you want. I know you don't want that. Nobody does. And you don't deserve that. You deserve to feel happy. So commit to positivity. Commit to building an amazing morning ritual, to trying these exercises out, just getting 1% better each day. Comment down below if you're going to get 1% better. Just become 1% more positive right now in this moment. Not tomorrow, not 10 minutes from now, not an hour from now. Don't worry about next week, next month, next year, or don't even worry about the next 10 minutes. Just focus on being 1% better, 1% more positive right here, right now in this moment. And watch, guys, when you guys tell yourself that consistently, your entire life will change. Your entire life will change. You'll feel happier, and you will have a life that so many people wish they could have. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope this video helps you so much. I really hope it does, because this has transformed my life. So subscribe for more videos like this if you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching again, guys. I love you guys. I will catch you guys in the next video. Y'all have a great day.